want you to look at my hunting setup here. You're going to get a laugh out of this, I'll bet you. But I think I'm going to get a hog out of it. Look right here.
Hey Larry, welcome to Silver Stag. Let me show you how we build Silver Stag knives, all right? This is a fiber laser machine right here.
Welcome to A Sportsman's Life. We're so glad you tuned in to join us for another exciting real-world outdoor adventure right here on A Sportsman's Life.
Hello my friends, it's your old buddy Luke Clayton out at my little cabin behind the house here this morning. I want to share some information that I think might help you about some hunting equipment. We're going to go out in the woods after this and on a thermal hog hunt. But here's how we're going to do it. This is a little bit different than most people think when they think about hunting hogs. Now this rifle is an air rifle. It's a 50 caliber Seneca Dragon Claw 2. Now the rifle itself, when loaded with a 350 grain bullet, develops about 330, give or take, foot-pounds of energy, pressured up to 3,000 psi. This thing's got a couple of air chambers on it. It's not the most expensive air rifle. Actually, it's, in my opinion, the best deal on air rifles that you can get. The rifle itself costs about, I don't know, between $700 and $800. I think you can catch them on sale for a little more than $700. So it looks like a rifle. It's the Seneca Dragon Claw 2. Pyramid Air is where you can find anything to do with air guns. PyramidAir.com. You can buy the rifles, and the bullets, I call them bullets, they're actually lead slugs. So 336 grain, that's what I'm shooting. We're going to go later out take you out on a thermal hog hunt close to home. I know we're going to see some hogs because they're in there thick. I live in Kaufman County, which is just east of Dallas, and it is wild hog central out here. I'll tell you, lots and lots of hogs. So this is going to give you some shopping information. If you want to get into air gun hunting, this Seneca Dragon Claw, a little over $700, between $700 and $800. So, okay. Now, you wonder, why would Luke want to put a thermal scope on an air gun? It's a lot of fun. And I'm going to be shooting hogs within 60 yards anyway. So, this is a AGM Global Vision thermal scope, Rattler. Now, this scope cost about $800, not $8,000, but $800. And it is good for, I'd say, 90% of the hunting that I do. I've got the high end, the adder, and the Rattler with the high processor, the 640. But this is a 256 processor on this thermal scope, 19 millimeter objective lens, and it'll do most anything you want to do within 100 yards. Actually, a little bit over, I found. But we've got it mounted, got it sighted in really, really well. 60 yards, that's what I sighted it in at. My buddy Kenneth Shepard's got a range over here close by, and we shoot over there a lot. Kenneth always likes to sight them in with me, or for me actually. So we're ready to go with this. We're going to go out in the woods, and my goal is to film and give you audio through the Rattler here. And you'll see, my goal is to get you some footage just to show you how clear it is, and then hopefully we're going to shoot a hog within about 30 to 60 yards away. Now I hunt them over corn, over bait, and that's how I get them in close. But it's also a great deal of fun to take this rig out at night and look around, spot your hogs, and then sneak in downwind. That's a spot and stalk, if you will. To me, that's what I call hunting. So let's jump in the old truck. Let's go out there and see if I can show you some video of some hogs just doing what hogs do through this TS19 Rattler. Let's see what we can get going here. I think you'll enjoy it, so come go with me. Okay, friends, I'm going to talk in hushed tones here because you might see the sun is just setting off to the west. Here's our feeders. The hogs have been coming in here every night. I want you to look at my hunting setup here. You're going to get a laugh out of this, I'll bet you. But I think I'm going to get a hog out of it. Look right here. Let's go over here and take a look at our stand. Yep, you got it, folks. I'm going to be in the back of my old pickup in a comfortable office chair, sipping a green tea, watching back in here, and especially way back down in these pecan trees right here. And our feeder is right there. So I'm going to go into stealth mode, and we're going to try to film all of this through our Rattler TS19 with our big bore, our Seneca Dragon Claw 2 big bore air gun. See what we can do. Wish me luck, friends. Well, folks, the Rattler performed perfectly. Now to break out the skinning knife and turn this porker into some pork chops.
Brought to you by Dallas Safari Club, Conservation, Education, and Hunter Advocacy. Hornaday, accurate, deadly, dependable. Taurus Firearms, maker of the Raging Hunter. Stealth Vision, high-tech precision-driven equipment tailored for the modern hunter.
We're here with at Silver Stag. Brad Smith, tell us what's going on.
Hey Larry, welcome to Silver Stag. Let me show you how we build Silver Stag knives, all right? This is a fiber laser machine right here. It's not on right now, but what we'll do is we'll take sheets of high carbon steel and we design everything on CAD, and then we will blank. We'll cut the profiles out of these sheets of high carbon steel. And once you get the blades like that, walk over here and we'll run them through a surface grinder. If you look in here, we got a belt, and we'll feed blades into this time saver, and it'll take the mill scale off. But we actually leave some of the mill scale on because it looks really nice.
Absolutely it does.
And then the key is we hand grind them. Let's show you how to hollow grind. Master grinder's right here. Mr. Paco.
Behind the mask.
And he's going to show you how to grind a blade. There's a blank, just cut from a fiber laser. We're going to get rolling here. Hold that blade up now. That's step one. So he's using 50 or 60 belts on there. And now we're going to take some of the grind lines out with a Scotch-Brite belt, and then we're going to rubber reel them, finish them, then heat treat them. And we'll show you what the finished product looks like when it's all done. elf that came in. We don't do a lot of custom knives, but this is a good customer. And we just made a custom one-on-one blade here. You ever see that movie, Ingenious Bastards? Yeah, this was the knife, and this guy wanted one just like the knife in Ingenious Bastards. So
That's cool.
this is when it's finished, it'll look really nice. This is our Roman Damascus short sword, and I found a blade, that was semi-finished, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make one for a good friend of mine. So,
Cool.
what are you gonna do with it? Not much. You can
But
use
he's
it.
got one.
You can use it for a hog sticker or hang it on your wall or your mantle. I'll probably do a little display stand for
There you
it.
go.
It's not finished, but it will be. This is our Hidden Tang Trapper blade. I love this blade. It's 2 1/4 inches, but
Yes.
I can get my hand right here, and it's just like an extension of your finger, this blade. It's very good for skinning. So, if you guys want to try something new, great price point too. I think these are only about $140 D2 steel. You can get them on our website. And these ones we're getting in, and we just put an incredible epoxy in here. And the key here too is the guard. When it slides up underneath the heel of the blade, it's got to be level and flat, so there's no gaps between here. Now I'm going to put this in here like this, and you want to make sure it's straight, flush, balanced. I'll use this accelerator right here and then we'll shape it. Okay, so we'll let that dry on Monday. We try to make about 100 a day.
Oh my goodness.
So this is a nice gut hook. And one thing we'll do too is guys will send us their own cherished antler.
Yes.
And then we'll make them a knife using their
Yes.
own cherished antler and laser engrave their name or their son's name, and they got a family heirloom. And
Yeah, you've done some of those for me in the past personally,
yeah,
so thank you.
You sent us some Cape Buffalo and some caribou and
Yes,
some
sir.
elk and whitetail, and so our key customers. We build a lot of their private label and co-branded knives. I think they're up to about 6 or 7 stores, and they got their saddle shop, which is their kind of key store.
They're in Kingsville, yes sir.
Yep, Kingsville, and then they also have a catalog and their internet. But
Oh yes.
this is a style that we've started building them about a year ago, and we didn't surface grind it. We left the mill scale. This is the raw mill scale, if you can
Right.
see it. Kind of gives it a nice custom look. And then we cut this out at Texas Axis deer, whitetail, and there's a little elk in here.
Yes sir.
So right now I'm going to show you how we sharpen them. Start out here with 180 grit. And this is the factory edge on it. I usually wear a face diaper, but I don't have it right now.
You're not going to see them.
Start right here. You just want to follow the contour of the blade down. This is called the reveal, which is the edge I'm putting on. Just to get both sides of the blade, the reveal, even. Now this is a little deeper, so I'm going to even it out. And sharpening freehand it's hard to train someone. You can't sharpen a knife unless you know what a sharp knife is. So that's the
That
start.
is true.
Is that true?
That is true.
Now what I'm doing is I'm taking the edge down till I get a solid, it's like a sandpaper grit all the way out. Now if I feel a smooth spot, I don't have enough steel taken off. But the goal is to take off as least amount of steel as possible, okay, until you get that. Because the more you grind down into the hollow grind, the fatter the blade gets. And it gets a little harder to sharpen once you start getting down into this level. 180, I'm going to switch up to a 320 grit. We usually have another beta grinder right here, but no, it's really pretty smooth.
Yes, sir.
And this will last, probably 100 knives before I'll throw it. So I'll switch this belt out real quick. And I'll show you what a sharp knife and how to tell what a sharp knife is. Look at it in light and you see a reflection on the blade, that means there's a flat spot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there's not. I got this where I want it right now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over my exact same line. Now if you don't go over your exact same line, you're going to get a double grind. Doesn't mean you can't get it sharp, but it doesn't look good. Okay, it's looking pretty good. One more swipe. Good. One more. I'm going to just briefly feel it. I've got pretty good calluses on my thumbs because I can just touch the edge and know how much pressure before it pops through my skin.
Before we start bleeding.
All this is a paper wheel with slots on it here. All it does is take the burrs off. So the knife is actually razor sharp right now, but you can't really tell because it's kind of got rough burrs on it.
Yes, sir.
And then I've got this little compound I'm going to use. It's just a little, we're getting low on this, but I've got a lot. Now I'm just going to go and take these burrs off. Okay. That should about do it. I'm just going to rub it on this wood here to take the compound off.
Yes.
Burrs off. So let's cut an S here. Okay, watch this. Still a little burr right there. Sorry about that. I normally
No, but that shows that, by golly, you're not going to turn it loose until you're finished with it.
We're not.
You know it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's really important. You know, I mean, people buy a knife. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
That's the way to do it.
Smooth as butter.
There. So now we wipe it down. We'll run this right here on a rubber wheel, compressed rubber. We don't build our leather sheaths. We use a really small Christian cowboy family out of Virginia. And we have these sheaths designed so you can wear them vertically on your belt or horizontally. Especially in the South and in Texas, a lot of guys are getting on, off of tractors or horses or in their trucks, and they don't want something like this.
No.
It's going to kind of push in. So when you wear it here, and we use this lanyard tie, you just slide this up, and you got your knife handy. And it's comfortable to wear on your belt all day. You don't even notice it's there.
I've spent a lifetime around hunting knives, and after using everybody else's, I finally decided to design my own. These are made for me by Silver Stag, made totally in the USA, handcrafted, D2 steel. Each one of them bears my signature, and each one of them comes complete with a different looking handle, if you will, or scales made from whitetail, mule deer, and elk. These knives are hardened to a rock wall hardness of 62. They keep a really good edge, and they can be sharpened relatively easily as well too. The best place to find them is to go to vineyardmax.net. That's vineyardmax.net. I think you're going to be glad you did when you see these knives or when you purchase your own.
A Sportsman's Life is also brought to you by Mossberg, American built, American strong. The YO Steakhouse, Catch and Release Apparel, AGM Global Vision, your go-to for thermal hunting scopes and spotters. Pyramid Air, your one-stop shop for everything air guns.
It is excellent table fare. What we do is we just don't bear our knife down, and there is red under the hide on the skin. And you leave that, and you end up with the lateral line. And if you just fork that lateral line out like that, it is white, flaky, tasty meat. It is wonderful. just don't bury your knife down. And you end up with just that little line in there. Leave 90% of that red on that hide. And then you just butterfly it out like that. And it is white, boneless, flaky meat. Get the grease hot.
A special thanks to these fine sponsors, Vineyard Max Deer Products, and the Anchor Inn and Marina on beautiful Lake Tawakoni, 1 hour east of Dallas.
Getting ready for a moose hunt up in British Columbia with Love Brothers and Lee at the tail end of September. First thing I need to do is decide which rifle to take. It's going to be the Mossberg Patriot in a 375 Ruger, Stealth Vision scope, and I'm going to be shooting Hornady's Outfitter, which is a 250 grain CX bullet. I know it's extremely accurate. We'll show you a little bit later after the hunt how everything went.
I love to pull my trail cameras each week and look at the little video clips that I get down at the old watering hole, and thought I would share some of these with you.
Folks, this segment was brought to us by Gearhead Archery, Smoke in Tex Electric Smokers, Snaplock Hunting Blinds, YO Ranch Headquarters, Ultramatic Feeders, and Catfish Pro. Tune in next week for some more real-world outdoor adventures right here on A Sportsman's Life.